Bella Gaffiero from Malta.
Practicing, are you?
That was Michael Godden, and now Tony Parks, both from Jersey. Also from Malta, Philip Camilleri. Sandra Simpson from the Shetlands in the white top, shooting here with Diane Jones from Anglesey. Angela Knight from Guernsey. Roger Bounds reporting for Channel Television. And finally, Olympic archer Joanna Agius from Malta.
Well, good evening and welcome to our coverage of the first day of the Island Games. It was dominated by athletics, and we have a number of reports later in the programme. We'll also tonight a sport that doesn't get much television coverage, archery, plus full-bore shooting, and a look ahead to tomorrow's main powerboat race. We're now back to the Island Games. The island of Malta is looking strong in archery, an event in which 9 islands are taking part. Jersey and Guernsey are fielding their best archers too.
Before the first arrow was released here at the attractive setting of the King George V playing fields, competitors were quietly tipping Malta to take most of the medals. The 34 archers have started a double feet around in a strong but constant breeze. Well, that's 3 dozen arrows at distances ranging from 90 metres for men and 70 for women down to 30 metres. Just for your information, a gold is worth 9 points, and it decreases by 2 to just 1 point for the white outside ring. The modern tournament bow is, of course, a far cry from the traditional English longbow. Today, the high-tech world comes into play with bow limbs of laminated fiberglass or carbon graphite. The bowstring is unstretchable, and stabilizing rods with balance weights are used to steady the shot. The arrows are tubular aluminium and leave the bow at speeds in excess of 200 feet a second. So much for Robin Hood and his merry men. But despite the strength of the home island and Jersey, together with the Isle of Wight, it's still felt that the Mediterranean island of Malta will take a lot of beating. And looking at the team, it's not hard to see why they're hot favourites. Take Joanna Ajus, for instance. She's the girl in red in the middle and Malta's leading archer, having shot at both the Moscow and Los Angeles Olympics, as well as finishing 4th in the Australian Commonwealth Games. But back home, she's a coffee shop owner, but in front of the target you can expect to see a feet-around score of between 11 and 1,200 points. With her is butcher Philip Calamieri, who's a fairly new archer, Jeremy Kochi, still only 17 but now scoring over 1,000, and Joe Vella Gaffiero, the father of archery in Malta, with more than 25 years' experience behind him. He's also Malta's Natural History Museum curator. Guernsey must fancy their chances of medals. They have in Angela Knight, a lady who's been club champion for much of her 14 years with the Bowmen of Guernsey, and she's also been Channel Islands champion since 1982. Barry Osborne joined the local club in 1980, won his first major tournament in the following year, and this year failed to become the Channel Islands champion by just 6 points. Martin Maynard shot for Sussex 4 times while he was living in England, and apart from tournament archery, he was also a field champion, which is rather like comparing cricket with golf. And finally, Mike Bisson, who's improved steadily and is quite capable of returning a healthy score. Jersey archery has been held together for so long by Dennis Neville, who's been shooting himself for 26 years. An old thorn in the flesh of Guernsey archers, Dennis has strong support in top lady Hazel Bisson, as well as Graham Saunders and Michael Godden. I feel that despite the international flavour of this tournament, Guernsey and Jersey will be watching one another's scores very closely. The other serious contenders must be the Isle of Wight, who also have considerable experience in their team. Beryl Ives is island champion and has represented her county on many occasions. Mike Linney shoots at county level and holds the island record for 50 metres, while Ian Saxe-Coburg and Robert Woodgate are strong team members, Ian holding the island's 70-metre record, and he's also an expert with the difficult traditional longbow. Among the rest of the teams, Anglesey have both their champions in action, Diane Jones and Maldwyn Jones, who are also both members of the North Wales squad. The Isle of Man have been shooting for only 2 years and include in their lineup a joiner and their harbour master, Simon Kenyon. But just keep an eye on Åland, who have only 2 competitors in Håkan Linden and Dan Kihlström. Linden has shot for Finland, and both men have top feeder scores nudging 1,200. Both the Orkneys and the Shetlands must be ranked as outsiders. Although they're dedicated archers, all their competition is over 20 yards at indoor level. And from experience, I can tell you that there's a world of difference between the two. I was silly enough to ask them why they didn't shoot out of doors. Of course, the answer was quite simple. When you loose an arrow out of doors in these islands, you never see it once it's taken by the wind. Never mind, good luck to these 2 islands, and there's no doubt that we have a real contest on our hands down here at KG5.
Yesterday we showed you the start of the archery competition in this Island Games, with Malta coming up strong. The event continued today. Here's Roger Bounds with an update.
Yesterday's archery, staged at the King George V playing fields, brought the first medals for Malta, Anglesey and the Shetlands, as well as adding 2 more to the growing list of Åland. Håkan Linden of Åland won the men's first round feater gold with a score of 1,134 points. His colleague Dan Kihlström won the silver with 1,105. No great surprises there, and also as expected, Malta were in the first 3, with 17-year-old Jeremy Kochi taking a well-deserved bronze. Joanna Adjus of Malta, wearing red, an Olympic archer and hot favourite for the ladies' title, duly won her first gold, taking the ladies' first round feater match with a score of 1,105. Diane Jones, the Anglesey champion, won the silver with a score of 939, and the Shetlands provided the loveliest surprise of the day with Sandra Simpson, who's had so little experience of outdoor shooting, taking the bronze on 918.
Malta collected 5 more gold medals to finish well ahead of their opponents in the 2-day archery tournament, but there was good news for Guernsey. They picked up the team event silver and the men's second-day bronze when Martin Maynard finished in 3rd place. Overall, Malta picked up 6 golds, a silver and 2 bronzes. 4 of the gold medals went to Joanna Adjusi, the Olympic archer, while Jeremy Kochi and Philip Camilleri also struck gold for the Mediterranean island. Jersey were just outside of the team medals, finishing 4th.
Second session ladies feature championship event with a score of 139 hits, 1,971 score with 21 goals is Joanna Adjus from Malta. Silver medal from the second session ladies feature championship event with a score of 141 hits, a score of 958 and 11 goals is Beryl Rise from the Isle of Wight. The winner of the bronze medal for the second session ladies feature championship event with a score of 138 hits, 950 score and 11 goals is Diane Jones from Anglesey. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand while the victory anthem is played?
That's funny, right? That's funny.